Hi everybody. Couple little technical glitches, so I was trying to get those ironed out. So the first little part of the video I ended up deleting. Anyway, in case you don't know me, my name is Beth Hicks, and I just kind of decided to do these videos on the lines of showing that it is easy to change things up once in a while, and you don't have to stick to the same old thing. Baked chicken and steamed vegetables. If you do that, you're gonna get bored. And when you get bored, you go off the plan. It's almost a guarantee. So I'll share a little bit about my journey. I am not, this is not my first rodeo with Weight Watchers or any other. I've been on a bazillion different plans. But I'm hoping and telling myself it is going to be the last. So I have never quit going. I kept going, and I got to goal and kept going clear through gaining weight back. So I got myself reoriented and inspired in January, and so far to date I'm 35 pounds down. So I'm really excited about that. So this recipe that I found, actually it's really old, and it's old enough that I think it's the Points Plus, and I don't know how long ago it's been since Weight Watchers has done Points Plus. So that kind of dates my recipe, but I don't care. I've been wanting to try this recipe, I can't even tell you how long. Let me turn on some light here. So it's really simple. The ingredients, I'll kind of pan you around down here. There's not much to it. That's why I love it. My husband does most of the cooking, so he's in there in his easy chair right now, happy as a pig in mud, because I'm doing it. So anyway, so we're gonna get to it. I did do prep already. I cut everything that I needed to cut. I measured out all my ingredients over here. I have my recipe posted over here, so don't mind me because I've never made this before. So I have to read the recipe. And it's easy. And after, I'll be posting the recipe below. Say hi. If you pop on, say hi. If you're watching replay or live, tell me where you're from. I'd love to connect with you. And let's get started. So what I'm going to do, I am going to start with, I know it's backwards, but the cauliflower, riced cauliflower. This would really be delicious on white rice, don't get me wrong, but we just don't really eat white rice or potatoes anymore. I cut sugar out of my diet, and when I cut that out, the sugar cravings went away, and surprisingly, a bonus, the cravings for like rice and potatoes and breads, hi Sue Ellen, went away with it. So that was a win-win. So what I'm going to do, we're going to start with this. It's really simple. You put it in a skillet and just kind of sweat it out. It'd be the same as steaming broccoli, only or steaming cauliflower, but you're not doing it that long. So I'm going to turn you guys towards the cooking area, and I'm going to turn you, I won't be able to see questions or anything like that. So if you have questions, pop them on there. I'll go back later and respond to everyone. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I can't see. That's where my partner would have come in handy, but he's sick. Okay, so I'm going to start the rice cauliflower. This is a Green Giant. I usually get them at Costco. I get the organic one. It's a 16-ounce package. My husband and I will eat the entire package. So you just kind of spread it out. Turn on the flame and just kind of let it go. So we'll get that going and then start on the beef. a little bit of pepper in there. Doesn't need butter, doesn't need anything else. It's just gonna kind of sweat out. Okay, so the recipe, according to the recipe, you're gonna take, 2 teaspoons of canola oil or whatever kind of oil that you use. I'm actually, I hope you guys can see, I might have to lower this. Hold on, because I want you to see the wok. Can you guys see the wok at all? If not, I'm gonna go on over to the other side. Gail, can you see the inside of the wok? There, okay. Two teaspoons of oil. Now the Points Plus, I don't know if anybody's still using that. I converted it to Smart Points, and it's 4 Smart Points per serving. This serves 4, but let me tell you something. My husband and I will probably split it. I actually planned on doing that, so I ate pretty much 0 points most of the day, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so you're gonna take 3/4 of a pound of beef strip sirloin and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. You slice the beef across the grain in strips. Then you're going to toss it with the cornstarch. Just letting my pan heat up a bit. You can hear the cauliflower kind of sizzling back there. So it just, you can kind of tell it's just starting to sweat itself out, sweat some of the water and stuff out. I can actually turn it down. Phew! Sorry about that. Okay, so we're to the broccoli beef. So we're going to take the beef, put it in the wok. Remember, it's been sliced and it's been tossed with the 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, which that's the one thing you're counting. The beef also has to be counted in points. It isn't a 0-point food. And because it's so thin, it really is going to cook up fast. I think the prep actually is going to take longer than this whole dish. So my goal here with the videos, I will share with you. If you go to Weight Watchers meetings, and those of you that are doing online, you probably get the Weight Watcher Weekly, just not in a printed form. But you know that there is a recipe every week on there. And so what I want to do is not every week, because let's face it, if it doesn't appeal to me and I'm not going to want to eat it, then I'm certainly not going to do it live for you. So there are going to be recipes that look good to me to eat. So that's why I chose this one. So our meat is cooking up nicely. It's browning. It doesn't take long. And actually turn down the fire on that. It said a skillet or a wok. I chose a wok because of the broccoli. The broccoli is going to take up quite a bit of room. So like I said, this is 3/4 of a pound. And I'm lazy, okay? I actually bought it already sliced. The price difference wasn't any different. And it saved me having to do that. So the directions say for about 4 minutes to cook this, but yeah, it might be about 4 minutes. So we got that going. If you guys ever come up with recipes that you want me to try out live, let me know. I'm happy to do it. I was going to kind of study this so I didn't have to look at the paper, but you know what? I didn't. Okay, so this is just about done. It does cook really, really fast. And to be honest with you, I'm totally good taking it out now, which I think I am, because we eat our beef a little on the pink. Well, most of the time it's pretty rare. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out. I guess I can turn you back so you can see. Okay. So take out the beef. Gee, we might get away with eating just one. Looks like a lot. Okay, so in the pan you can see you have like all the nice crispy brown pieces. Hold on, I gotta toss my cauliflower. One thing about the rice cauliflower, it doesn't take long, so you kind of want to pay attention to it. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so the next step, it says to add half a cup of broth. And it says to stir to loosen the good stuff on the bottom. This brings me back to the days making gravy. Okay, so we got all that scraped off. So it says after that, loosen the bits on the pan, add the broccoli, cover and cook. So now you can see what I mean about there being, this is a 12, hold on, let me look at the recipe. It's a 12-ounce bag. So we are going to get that in there. Just going to toss it around with the liquid. Then it says to cover. I'm going to do that. It says to toss it occasionally and sprinkle with water if you need to, but I don't think it's going to need the water. So basically it says to cook it until it's tender crisp, which is about 3 minutes. So we'll let that cook. Hi Dad. Hi Terry. Hi Gail. So that's what we got going. So I think I said in the beginning of the video that this would be really wonderful on white rice, but we really don't eat it anymore. So we are putting it on riced cauliflower, which we use, I'm not kidding you, we use it for everything. Instead of potatoes. You can even, there's even recipes for a mash. I haven't tried it because I really don't care if it's mashed up. This is going to be wonderful on this cauliflower. I don't know if you can see it, but it really does look like rice. So I'm going to check. I'm going to kind of give these a stir. And then what I'm going to do, just like I did with my first video, I will plate it and take a photo of it and post it down below. And then after we eat, I'm going to give you an honest opinion of the recipe. If I don't like, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna like it. Hi, Natalie. You might love it. But if I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why. So it'll be kind of a taste test. That way, this might not be something you want to make if we don't care for it. But so far, we've had good luck. So check this out again. I think the last weekly had a breakfast on there, which I don't really mess around too much with breakfast. We like our broccoli definitely not cooked all the way because it tends to get mushy. So you can see already it's cut down, and I am going to take this one piece and cut it. It's really big. This one here, I missed it. I went through the bag and tried to cut up the big pieces. For one, they cook faster. I don't want them teeny tiny because that's what gets mushy. But so we're almost done with that. And as far as the rest of my journey, you kind of got the idea. I haven't reached my halfway point yet, but I will, and I will reach goal again. I will, and I won't gain it back. I won't, because the things you tell yourself tend to come true. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't. Tell yourself you're going to gain it back, pretty good chance you're going to. So keep that in mind. Let me get a hot pad holder. We're about to the point where we can move on. Perfect. Oh, thank you, Gail. You too. Gail just joined Weight Watchers. I think she's in her 3rd week. Okay, so the broccoli is done. So we're moving on, and it says toss occasionally. We don't need to add water. Uncover the pan. It says to add the ginger. The garlic. Red pepper flakes, which I have to read and see how many of those. This says a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes or to taste. I'm going to add the 1/4. And see what else. And then stir fry. Oh my gosh, the smell is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Okay, so that's been stir fried. Then it says in a cup to stir together the soy sauce, the remaining 1/2 cup of the broth, 1/2 tablespoon of the cornstarch, and water. And don't forget, I am going to post the recipe, so don't worry about not catching the amount. I'm going to reduce the heat. We've got that all mixed up. I'm going to stir this into the pan. And we're going to just kind of bring it up to a simmer. So here's my hope, because it is pretty watery. My hope is that that cornstarch is going to do its job. Kind of thicken it up. I think once it starts cooking a bit, it'll be perfect. So you can see how fast this goes, and there's not much in it as far as ingredients. I mean, it's minimal. The picture does show sesame seeds as a garnish, so I did get some just so I could show you my plated version and then the pictured plated version. Hi, Amy. So we've got this going. It's coming up to a simmer. So I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit. So this really does need to thicken a bit. So that might be one of the things that I'm not going to like about this recipe. We'll see. I mean, I measured everything out because I wanted it to be accurate. So there's 4 smart points per serving. 4 smart points per serving, and it serves 4. And honestly, I really do think it is going to serve 4. I thought for sure, oh, we're going to be like halving this up and eating it. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of pulling my vegetables out a little bit so that this can start kind of cook. It is getting thick, but not as quickly as I would like. So I think I would recommend, if you're going to do this, to pull your vegetables out maybe. Get this sauce a little more on the thick side before you add them back in. Otherwise, you're just going to cook your vegetables to death. So, all right, so got that going. Going to add the meat. Don't forget your meat has cornstarch on it as well. So the soy sauce is low sodium. The chicken broth, I actually, because I even feel that low sodium soy sauce is on the salty side, so I actually got the chicken broth with no salt. So I bought no salt chicken broth, low sodium or reduced sodium soy sauce. So this is just about done. You can see it didn't take very long. So there's a few things that I would do different, and I will also post that in the section below. But I have to say, it is thickening up a lot. Once that meat got added, that made all the difference. So it is done. I'm going to plate it. I'm going to photo it. And then I'm going to post it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully next week we'll have another recipe that on the weekly that is try-worthy. We'll see. I don't do the dessert recipes because we don't partake in that. So you'll have to try those on your own. But now you can see how easy it is. Don't eat baked chicken and steamed vegetables every single night of the week because you'll never last. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, if you're watching the replay, let me know where you're from and say hi. Thanks for watching. Bye.